this takes the cake with the cherry on top of the most stupid thing I've ever listened to.
Stop what you're doing.
When someone tells you to stop what you're doing in a video, just know it's gonna be one of two things. Either it's gonna be very informative, it's gonna change your life, or it's gonna be the dumbest thing you ever done, did, heard. And judging by my face, I think you guys know what it's gonna be.
If you like being tanned all year round like me, because I have literally found the holy grail tanning product. I cannot stress enough.
And it was at this moment when I realized, you know what, this has nothing to do with me, but I am all ears. Because why the heck are you holding a nose spray? Initially I thought, oh, maybe she just has sinuses, you know, like regular people that have sinuses. No, listen to what she has to say.
Oh no!
This is a natural tanning agent that boosts the natural levels of melanin in your...
Yeah, you guys heard it right. It is a tanning spray that you across the table. I'm kidding. You don't do that across the table. Don't do... Okay, that was a bad joke. But it is not freaking sinus spray. It is tanning spray that you snort. I know all the people in the medical field are cringing right now, but we're going to continue.
And then the best part is your tan lasts up to 6 months. 6 months. So it's like such a minimal effort to just keep looking like a bronzed goddess all year round. I'm not hammering the sunbeds like I used to. I know that's really bad. And I don't have to even stay out in the sun like as long as I used to. You just use this, you go on the sunbeds or out in the sun for only a short amount of time. You're already like a bronzed goddess, and then it lasts for up to 6 months. So... And people are always asking me, how come you're so tan? Blah. Well, I'm naturally really fair skinned, but not with this. No, I'm like literally olive skinned, and my tan never fades. Like I always have a tan, and it's so easy to like catch a tan now if I'm ever like on holiday or going on the sunbed or whatever. And also it works on the palest of skin tones, so like anyone can buy it. Don't think you have to be olive skinned, or don't think you have to easily tan to get this, because you will tan even if you are like...
There's been a lot of stuff I've listened to, but when it comes to cosmetic, the beauty industry, this has to be the dumbest one. There's just some things you don't need to research in order to know that they're stupid. And this is one of them. What in your working mind gives you the idea that snorting chemicals is gonna make you more tan? You are better off snorting Raid thinking that the bugs outside won't get you. You see how stupid that sounds? Exactly. Tanning is already bad, but this is on another level. Don't get me started on that lady that's in the tanning bed and snorting this freaking crap also. My goodness. Y'all have me crashing out. What are y'all doing? I didn't even have to go down a rabbit hole. This was it. This was it. So this company started off as Permatan. They're promoting these freaking snort tans, and people are using them, but I couldn't find anybody that's actually snorting it up. Everybody's just saying, hey, you could try this. Snort it. Let me see if it's real. Snort it now. Don't do it. It goes through your bloodstream. We'll have a person tell us exactly what happens when you snort tan. We have this person from Permatan. The caption reads, 2.5 weeks of Permatan. Go from pasty to tasty and that with no fake tan. That's how we roll. Our active and exclusive ingredient Permatan complex dramatically builds your melanin level so you reach your ultimate tanning potential. Don't believe us? I don't, actually. I really don't. Hit the link in the bio to view more of our babes results. Yeah, if anybody says babes, that's the equivalent of, hey hun, when you know your hair is about to get messed up or your appointment's about to get canceled last minute.
It's been 2.5 weeks since I started my journey with Permatan, and I am absolutely amazed with the results. For anyone that knows me, knows how white I am, and I've never been able to hold a tan in my life. When I first started taking Permatan, I was a little bit skeptical because I've never ever been brown. And look at me. It's amazing. I'm so stoked with the results of this. It builds up the natural melanin in the skin, so you're able to get and sustain a natural tan. Apparently it lasts for 6 months, so I'm absolutely stoked on that. And I've just been able to spend longer periods of time in the sun without my skin burning and without freaking out thinking I need to have a hat on and sunscreen and all that crazy stuff. So I'm absolutely stoked with the results, Permatan. Thank you so much. And for any of my lighter skinned people out there, I highly recommend this product for you.
And I highly recommend you never promote BS ever again. It doesn't take a genius to understand that what you're doing is very harmful for your body. And it does not look like it's working, no offense, but it quite literally looks like you got a little sunburn from being outside. I know I got hyped over there, but I'm going to explain, according to clevelandclinic.org, what nasal tanning sprays are. They're exactly what they sound like, sprays that when inhaled can lead to a temporary darkening of your skin that makes you look tanner. Their key ingredient is melanotan 2, and it is completely synthetic, which means it's made in a lab. Melanotan 2 replicates hormones that already exist in your body, and while that might sound harmless enough, it is actually so risky that it is illegal to sell in all 50 states, as well as in the UK and Australia, and I think they're trying to get it banned in New Zealand. And I love here where it says, what are the risks? And then they say, let's start with this. Snorting anything in your nose isn't a good idea unless your doctor tells you to do it. And if it's approved by the FDA. But the side effects of these Permatan, Permatan is the brand, the company. It's now Prestige Tans. We'll get to that later. The side effects of these tanning nose sprays are acne, decreased appetite, gastrointestinal issues, nausea, facial flushing, spontaneous... What? Listen, important one to note is that you can get melanoma from this. Tanning is already bad. Tanning in the beds is already bad. Snorting the freaking crap is worse, in my opinion. If you're here for Monday's video, then you know if something isn't regulated or it's illegal or even banned and you buy it, the risks are there. And if you're willing to take that, you go ahead and do that. But I know you'll be knocking at the ER doors asking for help, and they ask you what happened. Now imagine you're laid up in that sick bed and you tell the doctor, I took tanning spray to my nose. And they're like, to your nose? I snorted tanning spray. Help. That sounds so stupid. And I know I'm going hard. There may be people like, oh my gosh, you're exaggerating it. It's fine. Just like how I still have it. Just like how people are like, the feel free is fine. I take kratom all the time. Okay. Awareness is still going to be out there for people to know. And if you take this Permatan, it's a nasal tanning spray, but Permatan is a company, so that's why I keep saying Permatan. That's on you, bro. Oh, wow, look at that. I stumbled upon a doctor that's going to tell us all about the dangers of this thing.
Hey guys, Dr. Renee Bo, board certified dermatologist, weighing in on Permatan and any brand really that recommends tanning by using a nasal spray. So what do I really think about this? Well, red flag number one is that the way that this medication is absorbed is that it actually gets absorbed through your mucous membranes in your nasal airway. And that's basically like a straight shot right to your bloodstream, right? So that's going to increase your risk for systemic side effects. In fact, some that have been reported with this particular product include nausea, allergic reactions, hives, as well as sort of a fluctuating libido. So we're not exactly sure how it affects your hormones. Red flag. So red flag number two is that it actually stimulates your pigment producing cells, which are called melanocytes, right? And we don't have enough science behind this particular product to understand exactly how it does that. And so there is a theoretical risk that it could overstimulate one of those cells and can actually trigger something called melanoma, which is a potentially fatal form of skin cancer. Red flag number three is that if you look at some of these viral videos supporting Permatan, you actually see some people sort of, asking questions like, oh, I've heard that it actually works better with sun exposure. Is that true? And the brand will actually weigh in and say like, yeah, it actually works even better if you have midday sun exposure for a couple of hours. But don't worry, it also works equally well with a tanning bed. Guys, so there's no such thing as a safe tan, and any brand really who's supporting and suggesting and encouraging midday sun exposure and or tanning bed use is maybe not the most ethical or reliable, which makes me question the ingredient list. What's actually in this product? So if the website is a little bit suspicious, you might want to think twice before you start, putting something up your nose. Anyway, guys, that's just my 2 cents. I hope it was helpful.
Translation, if you are doing this, you are dumb as hell. Now I want to go to the Permatan website. They've changed to Prestige Tan, but we're going to get into that. The doctor mentioned how when it's a sketchy website, it looks like a sketchy website, you go online to Google and you ask and they tell you that it's sketchy, then it's probably sketchy. Patchy fake tan, canceled. That's exactly what should happen to freaking Permatan. Prestige Tan. That's what they are right now. And then it goes on to say for a permanent tan that lasts years. And the best part, as the name implies, it's permanent. Unlike with fake tan, the tan produced won't become patchy or need to be scrubbed off. You talk about snorting synthetics, but you're saying that the other tan is worse when both are just as bad. But I would argue that snorting it is even worse. A permatan will fade extremely slowly over years, not days, and will do so perfectly evenly. And then they try to educate us. If you want to read into this, go ahead and read into this. They're just a bunch of scammers. All they're wanting is your money. They don't care about your health. Speaking of them scamming, they have a scam warning. You cannot make this up. They have a scam warning. We want to alert our customers that this is the only official Permatan website we have not rebranded. They have, actually. And any other websites claim to be Permatan are fraudulent. You don't say. Unfortunately, some of our old social media accounts were hacked. Yeah, I bet they were hacked. They recently posted anyway. And scammers are using them to sell counterfeit products. Really? Really? The only official Permatan Instagram is Permatan Official. We do not take responsibility for any money lost if you purchase fake Permatan products from unauthorized websites. To ensure you receive genuine Permatan, only shop on the website. If you come across suspicious pages or accounts, please report them below. You have to be some type of delusional to think, let's scam people and then tell them to watch out for scammers. Are y'all okay? That is one level of confidence and delusion I never want to be in. So y'all remember that they said the only page they have is Permatan? Well, they are now rebranding to Prestige Tan because they got hacked. Never fake tan again. The new official Prestige Tan's IG. #1 tanning product for all skin tones. I realize not all the time, but most times when I make videos like this, I notice that all the scammers always call themselves #1. Almost all the time. And on the new Instagram, they have their stories. And under that, there is a caption that says, due to account restrictions on our previous Instagram accounts, we have opened this new account. And y'all said account restrictions, but then y'all said y'all got hacked. It's giving the scam warning was for y'all. The scammers are telling y'all to watch out for them. And then they go ahead to help people out and give y'all the domains that they own. Anything else is fraudulent. I want to quickly get into these reviews, then we'll move on. Violet says, we think it's Violet, this product does what it's supposed to. It gives me a tan, which is great because I don't usually tan ever. But the only downside is I get a weird rash on my face. A Benadryl gets rid of it though, so a win for me. Prestige Tan, aka Permatan, says, thanks so much for your review. We really appreciate it. Just a quick note, the rash is actually a harmless facial flush that some people get. It's totally benign, fades quickly, and yes, Benadryl can help. So glad you're loving the tan. Freya says, the best tanning nasals I have used. The others are always nasty and only ever deliver locally. Prestige Tans is the best. They respond, looking stunning. Thank you for your kind words. And we are excited to stock the oral drops for you to try now. Yes, they have oral drops. And I wouldn't be surprised if they have pills. Giovanni says, I've never been able to tan. I always just burned or stayed pale. Prestige Tans gave me real color in a week. Thank you so much for sharing this, Giovanni. We're stoked to hear Prestige Tans help you get real color so quick. Especially after struggling to tan in the past. And last but not least, y'all, Emma. Where have you been all my life? Okay, Rihanna. I think it's Rihanna, right? On the daily, I get people commenting about how tan I look. I look so fit and strong. I haven't been to the gym or done any training for well over 7 years. My skin looks amazing. How am I so brown? Etc., etc. I am in love and I'm never turning back. Major confidence boost. Biggest supporter right here, right here. Absolutely stunning. Glad we're able to help you get the best tan possible. So you snort it and then you go outside and you tan and you claim it's this. when in reality, you could have been good without this because the sun was already tanning you. You're having an allergic reaction, but they claim, oh, the rash is benign. You just need to take Benadryl, as you were stating, and then everything will be fine. Sometimes I just think I'm not for this world. You know? You ever see something crazy and you're just like, maybe I'm not supposed to be here? Because what world? I wouldn't be surprised if these freaking reviewers don't even exist and they were taken from Instagram or something, because if you have your own website, spoiler alert, you can make your own reviews. Would I recommend that? Absolutely not. But if you are a scammer, you don't care, right? Because all you care about is the dinero. Money, 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 moolah, moolah. People's health, out the door. And as soon as somebody comes and tries to sue y'all, what's gonna happen? Running, rebranding again. Oh, we got hacked. That's what happens. And then as you go on their websites, they tell you what happened to Permatan. They tell you they're rebranded once again. They created Permatan, now they're Prestige Tan. And then they go on to tell you don't get scammed by fake Permatan stores, what to look out for, how to spot us, what to do if you bought from a fake Permatan site. Still not sure. They have a summary for y'all. And then they have their oral tanning drops, which are just as crazy sounding. We have a review or person that was sponsored by Permatan explain their experience with the product.
I haven't been able to tan easy at all, and I use Novotan to help with my fake tanning, but I do want to try and boost my natural melatonin in my skin to help give me a normal glow so I don't have to fake tan all the time. I love fake tanning, but I miss my glow. So I got sent this nasal spray from Permatan. I will share my journey with you guys. At the moment, I have a filter on, so I kind of look a little bit bronzed, but in reality, I am white and pasty at the moment. So I'm excited to try this out. Jump on it because I feel like this is going to be amazing. I've already seen some before and after photos and I'm shocked. I'm so shocked and so excited.
I went to the creator that we just watched and she has moved on, and I think she's either a UGC or an influencer who will promote anything for the bag. Regardless, it's just sad to see, especially when something is obviously a scam and obviously harmful to people. Anyway, we're gonna get into a news story of a woman who almost lost her life because of these tanning sprays, tanning nasal sprays. That's very important.
This is what happened to Edith Eagle after she used a nasal spray that promised to help her get a tan faster on holiday.
In the morning when I woke up, I was really swollen and I couldn't breathe and I could barely see.
What did it feel like? What was the sensation?
The sensation was suffocating. It was as if I was drowning within my own body. I thought I was going to die because I didn't want to speak, because I was concentrating on every breath that I could get.
These sprays claim to work by administering a substance called melanotan 2, a chemical which claims to darken skin pigmentation. But here's the thing, it's illegal to sell melanotan 2 in medicinal products, but if it's sold cosmetically, it's not subject to the same regulations. And when it's unlicensed, you've no way of knowing what you're getting.
I guess that's how they get the loophole, when they just use it cosmetically. I'm kidding. Next video, the caption reads, Permatan is the company, use drops daily, but only need to be in the sun 2 to 3 times a week. I think that's what you're trying to say.
So I may have bought something really dumb in the tanning industry. They are tanning drops that you put underneath your tongue 1 to 3 times a day, and it's supposed to bring out the melanin from your skin to make you tanner quicker. It's this company called Permatan, and I thought I bought the nasal spray, but I guess it's not. This could be sketchy, but I read their website and it says that it's supposed to be safe, and I just believe everything I read on the internet, I guess. So I'm going to try it out. I have no makeup on. I have a little bit of self-tan on from like a week ago, but I want to see what it does, see how long I have to sit out in the sun. I'm going to try to do like 20 minutes in the sun, see if it makes a difference, but I don't know if it will, just trying it for the first time. Okay, don't love the taste. It's supposed to be watermelon, but it tastes kind of chemically. And then it says not to eat or drink for 30 minutes. So this is my before. I don't know how long it takes to see results, but I'll let you.
Yeah, so there were no results. She said in the comment section that she wasn't aware of how dangerous this was. And yeah, she misplaced it. And then when she found it, she never did it again because it was just a little sketchy and people were warning her about it. So you live and you learn. I want to take this moment and thank my Anti-Delulu Den members for always showing me love and support. And if you would like to be part of the Anti-Delulu Den membership, then go ahead and tap that join button. However, if you are on your last oodles and noodles, don't you dare do it. See y'all next time.